presentation of the Oregon Sports Network.
And Oregon is going to play in the national championship game.
Welcome to Duck Insider. Duck Insider.
Man, it feels great to be a Duck.
Give it to me, baby. My house. I'm taking it there.
Their competitors, they'll want to put the O on.
Three, got it!
We're going to compete to a standard every day.
The Oregon standard.
Rebound. Tap it in. 1 point more to go.
The opportunity to play, put Oregon on your chest, should mean a great deal to you.
Unloads on one into left field, back toward the wall. Gone!
This program is staged to compete and to win championships.
Oregon wins!
This is Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Better banking, local solutions. Live from the Country Financial Studio, let's talk Oregon athletics.
It's game day, take 2. Oregon baseball, we did a full preview of last night's postponement. It's technically a postponement. The Thursday game is going to be played on Sunday. The Friday game, tonight's game, will now serve as game 1. So what does that mean? Well, it means that Jay Stoffel's still going to get the ball for the Ducks. It means that it's still a huge series for Oregon baseball when Oregon State comes to town. And it's still a tremendous opportunity to win a series that, frankly, may put Oregon in first place in the Pac-12 standings. We'll see how it goes. So, the details on the shift-up. Last night, postponed until Sunday. Still 7 o'clock tonight, 3 o'clock Saturday, and now noon on Easter Sunday. Greek night for Oregon students was scheduled last night. That has been moved to Sunday due to the bad weather last night. If you had a ticket for last night's game, that ticket is good for Sunday. Any questions? Did I cover it all? Comments? Questions? I will say, I know that a game on Easter is tough. I hope that fans, you're still going to be able to come out for a really good baseball series. We will have, by the way, because this was a Pac-12 network series, we will have a Quack Video live stream on Sunday. And my gratitude goes out to Scott LeBounty, Alex Stimson, Brandon Reichelt, that entire crew for figuring out a way to put on a broadcast that was not scheduled. They've already got equipment deployed all throughout the athletic department this weekend. So they're trying to piece it together. But that is our plan. We will have a Quack Video live stream on Sunday. Any questions, comments, concerns? Let me know. Will they be giving out green and yellow eggs with our ticket purchase on Sunday? It's a good idea. I'll be right back. I'm going to go and check with the marketing staff to see if we could pull that off. You know what I just realized? I don't have an Easter basket for my son. Okay. All right. Let's unpack this for a second, people in the studio. Only one of you being a father also. He's like 7 months old. He's going to be 8 months old next week. You're telling me that he knows what an Easter basket is and is going to unwrap? Also, he should not be eating the candy when he's that age. Oh, it's from – okay. All right. Now we're on to something. See, Scott just said, for those that can't hear because nobody needs to hear what Scott says most of the time, now I know. I did get a chocolate bunny for my wife. I hope she's not watching the show. That was a surprise. I did get a chocolate bunny, like one of the good ones, you know, that you get from like the good chocolate companies. The all solid, none of that hollow chocolate bunny stuff. Like, this thing's heavy. Like, you pick it up and it's like, you know, your coffee cup in weight. In any case. So Tobias says you get a freebie this year, no basket needed, because it's his first one. Yeah. You know, what if we do, great idea here, that everyone around PK Park is now going to hate me for saying out loud publicly. What if on Sunday we make an Easter egg hunt at PK Park? Like, baseball's going on, bring the kids, maybe you're coming from church, you could bring the kids and, like, do your own Easter egg hunt in foul territory. Would we stop you? If they fit in the clear bag, right? That can be a thing. I'm so sorry to our event staff and marketing staff for what I just did. but the video content on the live stream will be great. I'm going to find a way to bring green and yellow Easter eggs. Do you think those still are a thing in Eugene right now? Are all the green and yellow Easter eggs purchased? Same-day shipping. Yeah. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan was on the call yesterday for an Oregon softball win. Well done. Broadcaster did his part. Oregon softball with victory last night, a run rule victory. They also will be taking on Lindenwood again tonight. Forecast looks okay, right, Ryan? Yeah, I think it's going to be solid. 2 games against Lindenwood, and it's interesting. Like, you run rule a team, and your RPI drops. Sports are weird. I got nothing. Do you have green and yellow eggs? What's the college? What are you doing when you're a college student on Easter if you can't go home? What are you doing on Sunday? Ryan Milano. Turn his mic on, Bennett, will you? Turn the video mic on.
To be honest with you, I'm going to baseball and I'm shooting a package.
This is great. This is great. So you're spending Easter with the Ducks?
Yeah.
Ducks better than bunnies.
Oh, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Chocolate. Oh. Wow. Okay. I'm learning so much here. Tobias says just buy yellow eggs and green eggs, use a yellow top and a green bottom. Right, but my question is, are there any green and yellow eggs even still out there on the Friday before Easter in Eugene right now? Like, if I tried to go buy green and yellow eggs, we are probably like the most green and yellow community ever. I'm just wondering here. Okay. Let's talk a little bit of actual sports and what we're going to do today. God, that was quite the tangent for me. I'm sorry. Too much coffee today. Melissa Lombardi, postgame. We're going to hear from her. Paige Sinicki, going to hear from her after the run rule victory yesterday. And, I have to say, I really appreciated sometimes in the media realm, like broadcaster, there are certain rules that come with a no-hitter. I can say that word out loud because this is a talk show. It's not a play-by-play broadcast, okay? Is Ryan's mic still on? Turn Ryan. Ryan's directing the show today. He's also the voice of the softball team. Did you ever say the words no-hitter on the broadcast? Okay. What are your feelings on saying the words no-hitter?
Well, so I actually made this mistake. Last year in the opener of the season, Mechanically Thermos
Cut
was
to
in
you
the circle.
let the people see who's talking right now. Thank you.
Mechanically Thermos was in the circle, and she had taken a no-hitter into the 7th. And I had mentioned it then, and I will never make that mistake again because infield single, she lost it.
Yeah.
Last night, apparently, though, Rob Mosley takes ownership. He, on Twitter, said that he tuned into the stat broadcast in the bottom of the 6th and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th.
So I was going to say, shout out to Rob for taking one for the collective softball team last night because I saw the tweet. Rob said, I looked and I noticed, and then the hit occurred. So my rule is you can't utter the phrase no-hitter or perfect game. So here's what I always say on broadcast. And I did this like when David Peterson was here a lot, honestly. And I did it actually back in the day with softball with Sheridan Hawkins and Jess Moore every now and then. I called one of Jess Moore's perfect games. And the way that I always have done it is I'll say something like, zeros across the scoreboard. Back for the 6th after this on, at the time, KWVA, right? That's been my rule. I find that is acceptable. You don't say perfect game or no-hitter. You just say zeros across the scoreboard.
Well, what I did yesterday is I saw in the 5th inning when Oregon had a chance to walk it off, I basically said, if Oregon can scratch this run across, you saw the line score in the half inning. So
yeah, I
that's
figured
how I
that out.
navigated around it.
Yeah, I think that like from one broadcaster to another who is a bit little stitious, yeah, I would say that's legit. But on behalf of the Oregon Athletics media schmucks, which me and Rob and the rest of us are, I guess I can include you in that now too. Rob, thanks for taking one for the team, buddy. Good win for the Ducks last night, though. Morgan Scott gets the win. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, allowed a double, only 74 pitches. I think you'll take that. The Ducks had Allie Bunker go 3 for 4. Tara McGowan 1 for 4. Hannah Delgado and Kai Lushar at the top of the order reach 1 for 2. Every starter, for the most part, had a hit. The vast majority, all but one of the starters, had a hit for the Ducks. So I think solid victory. That's what you need during your Pac-12 bye week against a team like Lindenwood, who went D1 just for this season, right? This is their first year in D1, I believe. Yeah, Ryan said that. Yeah, so Ducks were able to move that game up last night, got the victory, and then they're going to play at 6 o'clock again tonight. Ryan will have the call on KWVA, also on the Oregon live stream. And then Oregon baseball at 7 o'clock tonight, 6:45 pregame show with myself and Jordan Brenner. We've got a lot of tennis in action today. We also have some track and field multis for the most part getting rolling today. And beach volleyball is happening actually this afternoon, the tournament around. Brad says, shouldn't they be green and yellow duck eggs? I mean, yes. So I'm not a very artistic guy. My mom is. Apparently it skips a generation because I could not draw you a smiley face. Dead serious. I have the worst handwriting ever. It's not good. But now an Easter egg that's like speckled like a duck, if it's green, it has yellow speckles. You know, that's where like the cookies and cream, the eggshell uniform came from because it looks like a duck egg, you know. I'm smart enough to know this a little bit about ducks. I love the idea of a green and yellow duck egg that could be like painted speckled. I'm really in it for the candy, I'm going to be honest with you, Brad. Like the whole painting of the egg for Easter, that's never been my thing. Mostly because I'm not good at it. Like dyeing the eggs. I feel like Scott Phillips dyes Easter eggs all the time. Every year? Do you speckle them? You're doing it tonight? Are you going to speckle them like ducks? Are you doing that just because Brad suggested it?
No, but sometimes I'll do that.
You do it? Oh, you actually, wow.
One solid color and then speckle.
Oh, this is good, though. You've got to Travis and Troy dye them. Brad, do I have a hat on the desk? I have a helmet. Okay, Brad, that is a tip of the cap to you, sir. That's wow. And I thought that I made the best dad jokes around. No. If you bite the ear off a hollow chocolate bunny, you can fill the body with candy. I'd rather just eat the entire good chocolate bunny, I'm going to be honest with you. This has been a great start to the show. When we come back, a little bit more baseball. Also, spring football interviews from yesterday. Marcus Harper and Troy Franklin talking spring practice. Ducks back on the practice field tomorrow as well. More coming up on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Don't go anywhere. Duck Insider continues after these messages on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
to your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Back on Nugget Cider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack at the Country Financial Studio. So baseball series starts tonight, postponed yesterday until Sunday. All the details, GoDucks.com. Tickets are going to be good for Sunday. If you had one for last night, come on out. Going to be a fun baseball series at PK Park. Softball, yesterday, got a run rule victory. Coach Lombardi, you win. Coach usually pretty happy postgame.
Second time, Coach. Does it feel better or worse than the last one?
It hurts. I'm not even going to try to be like all tough. It hurts. It's all right.
Did you learn any lessons from the aerial ball that hit you that you tried to implement but weren't able to this time?
You know, obviously not, if I keep standing close. So I have not learned, right? So maybe third time's a charm, and I'll learn and listen.
Can we credit Coach KJ for all the extra work she's giving him, those hits?
Yes, it's her fault. I'm going to blame her. I'm not even going to blame Taya.
In that at-bat, though, it was a 12-pitch walk for Taya. So outside of the obvious, what did you see from that at-bat for her?
Just dialed in, working to be on time. You know, I love that she took it to 12 pitches and then got the walk. So love that. We need at-bats like that to just keep grinding it out. So love that. And I just want her to keep swinging like that. I like how she's swinging.
In that inning where you're able to put up that 5 spot, the crooked number, how do you continue to make that hitting infectious? You've talked about hitting as being infectious. Is there any benchmarks that you can sort of hit to keep passing that bat and make sure that the hitting is infectious?
Yeah, I think that just for them to continue to share information, but just I think quality at bats is what makes it contagious. You know, they're seeing each other, like they're seeing Taya, you know, have a 12-pitch at bat like that. So if I'm coming up next, I'm definitely like, I'm excited. Like she's pumping me up for my at bat. So I think that just goes along with the whole pass the bat. Like, can we pass quality at bats one to the next?
At the same time, there were, I think I counted 7 foul ball home runs in this game. From your philosophy, when you see a ball hit hard, that has the distance, that is a little bit foul, what are you thinking as a head coach?
I just think with that, we just need to probably just stay inside it just a little bit, you know, just a tad longer so it can stay straight. You know, if it's straight and it's just foul, it's straight and it's just foul. But if it's got a little curve to it, we just got to stay inside it a little bit more and then maybe look to the wall. Lots of times we'll use the walls for a reference of wanting to, you know, hit to a certain spot on the field. So,
what did you see from Morgan in the circle today?
I thought Morgan was great. I thought her pitch count was low. I thought each inning she got better, did a great job of commanding the ball, let her defense work behind her. So I liked what she did.
Her last 3 starts here, really her only 3 starts here, she hasn't given up an earned run, has had 3 really strong performances. Is there something different about pitching at the Jane, or is she just dialed in right now?
I think these guys, whether they're pitching, hitting, fielding, anytime they can do it here, they love to do it here. I just think she's just coming into her own right now. You know, this team is getting hot. She's getting hot. You know, we're just getting to where we need to be right at the right time of the season. So I think that's what I see from her more than anything. She's settling in. She's comfortable. She's having a better understanding of what her ball is doing, what she wants it to do.
The team was able to get on the pitcher, but not quite as fast as I'm sure you would have liked or as fast as they would have liked. Is there anything in particular, little adjustments that you can think of off the top of your head to make to do that?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. You know, this is the first time we've ever played Lindenwood, and, you know, it took us a little bit, but what I like is that we got there. I think it's about getting there. I think, obviously, the quicker we can get there, we'll want to do that, and I think that's something that they want to see. Can we get there quicker tomorrow? But I thought they played well today.
Paige finally gets those RBI, finally gets that extra base hit. What was that like for you to see her be able to put that together?
Good. I'm happy for her. Like, she has hit a lot of balls hard right at, even today, she smoked a ball right at the center fielder. You know, I think at OSU, she smoked a ball right at the right fielder in the right center gap. Like, she's hitting some balls hard, and I just told her to keep doing that. They're going to fall. One fell today, but, you know, and one was caught. So just continue to swing.
How unfortunate was it? Obviously, Morgan very close to leaving a 0 in the hit column today. That play defensively by Lindenwood against Page, and then the 2-out double. How sort of unfortunate was that to just not be able to secure the win to keep that 0 in the hit column?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're looking to do that, but I think if you asked Morgan, asked anybody else, what they care about the most is that she gave our team an opportunity to win the game. So I think if we get really caught up in that, it happens, it's great. If we get too caught up in that, then I feel like we're getting caught up in the wrong things. So, I mean, I'm sure she would have loved to get that, but I think she's happy that she gave her team a chance to win, had really good command over the ball.
Having Kai back in the lineup, can you just, what she's doing is something that I know you wanted to do, but we haven't seen a lot of that, is that speed and kind of that drag bunt where she's on first by the time they kind of get it, except really close. Can you just speak to what that presents to you guys as another tool in the toolbox?
I think it's great. I mean, we have really good team speed, but you can see, like, she's one of our fastest runners. So to be able to put the bunt down and be safe and steal second and put herself in scoring position for somebody to drive her in, that's what we need from her. And so it's great to see her back. She's patiently had to wait a while, and you can see that she has urgency. You know, I feel like after an injury like that, you can come back and just feel like I need more time to get situated. And for her, she's urgent with what she's doing right now. So I really like what she's doing at the plate.
Good stuff from Coach Lombardi. Her team in action again tonight, 6 o'clock against Lindenwood at Jane Sanders Stadium. Ryan Milano will have the call, KWVA, and the Oregon live stream as well. Paige Sinicki also post-game met with the media. She talked a lot about the way that the offense, I think, got it going. And getting a run rule win in a game like this, like this is the analytics side of me talking for a second. You want to win every game. Find a way to win every game. Absolutely. But in a matchup like this at home against a team who's low in the RPI, getting the run rule win, that means something. It helps with the metrics for postseason. Ducks are able to do that. And they were able to do it behind a great pitching performance, good defense, and the hitting got it going too. Paige Sinicki talking with the media postgame after the win last night.
Paige, that hit, the double, 2 RBI, just how did that feel to get your first run batted of the season, first extra base hit in a while?
Yeah, it felt good. It just felt good to just get that hit for all my work that I've been putting in. It finally felt like it paid off, and just got to keep trusting what I'm doing and just keep swinging and balls will land.
It's been a few times, even in the ensuing at-bat, where you hit the ball in the screws, just having to be right at a defender. How is that mentally where you're hitting the ball hard, you're getting it to the outfield, you're doing your job, but it's just right at something?
Yeah, I mean, I just got to keep pushing and keep swinging. The ball's going to land at some point, and I know that's going to happen whether it's later in the season. I think it is frustrating at some points, but I just got to keep putting good at-bats together for my teammates, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
Does it feel like a little bit of relief?
Yeah.
Getting those numbers up on the board, it's like, okay, I don't have that much on my back anymore.
It does. I was saying it kind of felt like a curse is off of me a little bit. But it was really nice to feel all my teammates there for me, and you could just tell that they were happy for me, and they've been pushing and rooting for me, so it really felt good.
Morgan in the circle today obviously was dealing. What did you see from her at your shortstop position?
Yeah, I think she was attacking early, hitting her spots, and just letting her defense work. I think when she gets in trouble is when she just keeps getting late in the count, and I just like, hey, like, let us work and we'll get the plays for you. And I think she always lets us make the plays behind her, and I think that's what I love about Morgan. So she just got to keep doing.
Last year, the bye week came at the end of all 8 weeks of Pac-12 play. Now it's an even 4 and an even 4 behind you. Is it a little bit different having this sort of bye week to regroup a little bit in between, right in the middle of the Pac-12?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely different than having it at the end of season, but I think, like we said, that we want to use this weekend to really just propel us into the next. We want this to be the start of our really good weekend, even coming out tomorrow. We want to push as many runs and push as many plays as we can to really just put us in a good position for ASU, and then just keep getting hot from there. And I think that's what this weekend's going to allow us to do. Let us get a little bit more confident in our abilities and just let us have fun in the game. And I think these games will let us do that.
Is that sort of the philosophy behind some of the increased base running aggressiveness, in particular in the Montana game and then these two games this weekend? Obviously, you're always aggressive, but even a little bit more so this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we are really good base runners, and I feel that we've been exposed a little bit in previous series, so I think we really took pride in being aggressive and just really getting our steals at a higher pace. So us doing that is just us having a bit more fun and being quick, and it puts more pressure on the defense, which allows us to get more base runners and runs at the end of the day.
What did you guys see from the pitcher? I mean, it's obviously a pitcher you've never seen before. You're not going to have a lot of film on to really, analyze. What was she presenting to you guys that was a little bit different? Because it took you guys a little bit to kind of feel her out.
Yeah, we just talked about how she was going to throw one either middle or she's going to try to make us chase with that rise ball. And we struggled with that during Oregon State weekend, so we were really just trying to see who was going to be the first to make the adjustment. And I think that's what we were really trying to do in the next two innings. It took us through once through the lineup to really figure it out. And I think it was just us telling each other information and just really getting on each other, hey, we're better than this. Stay off that ball. She'll throw it right middle for you and just swing at that one. I think we made a really good adjustment, and that's stuff we had been practicing all week in the cages with our machine.
Do you see that as kind of an opportunity that this series presents, as kind of working through a lot of those issues that you guys have found through the first 4 series in the pack, and kind of trying to work those issues out so that you've got them dialed in going forward?
Yeah, I just think it lets us put our swing on the balls, and just really just work out those little issues. And I think obviously any series is going to have those different balls that we might want to swing at, but I think we just made us lock in more. And I think having Morgan out there doing her job and then having to pass the bat, it just really let us capitalize on that.
When you talk about the first person who's going to make the adjustment, is there something for Ariel or Taya that the whole dugout does after they do make that adjustment? They get those back-to-back hits, start the scoring going?
I mean, we like to celebrate the little things. We'll have some candy. If we get a rip it, if you make the adjustment, I think we just like celebrating the little things, because at the end of the day, if one person can make the adjustment and then let the other person know, we all can make the adjustment. So it's just being proud of your teammate, passing the bat, and then having a little candy with it.
Candy. Are you seeing a theme here today? But that's all season, right, Ryan? They're doing that all season. When they make an adjustment, I think you're onto something there, Duck softball. Oregon softball in action again tonight, 6 o'clock against Lindenwood. This is an all-timer for any broadcast. Maybe Ryan will use it tonight because it's Easter weekend, getting ready for it. Would a one hopper to first, for example, be considered a bunny? I'm done now. I think I've hit my quota. Have I hit my quota, Scott? Yes. Okay. Scott gets really angry in the studio that I make a lot of dad jokes. Apparently it's increased in the last 7 months. I wonder why. Do you think it just naturally happens? Is it? Yeah. Okay. When we come back, Oregon football. Marcus Harper might be the best interview on the team this year. Big praise. Back after this on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimate CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
Dear gas prices, Toyota is the #1 retail brand for electrified vehicles for 22 years. That says it all. Toyota hybrids. Find yours at toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Based on manufacturer estimates, CY 2000 through 2021 sales.
Duck Insider continues after this timeout on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is an important message from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Mining fatalities, accidents, and injuries are preventable. Taking a minute to approach your task safely can protect you and your fellow miners from injury and death. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Do it safe. Do it right. Whether buckling a seatbelt or securing equipment, these quick safety measures can prevent injuries and fatalities. Take time. Save lives. For more resources, visit MSHA.gov.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack in the Country Financial Studio. Duck football, they have now practiced on Tuesday, Thursday. They're going to practice again on Saturday as we approach the April 29th spring game. I say that like it's so far away. It's going to get here before we know it. I mean, it's going to be the spring game. And we will find out how much more out of shape I am now compared to last year when I do the sprint from the sideline to the PK Park press box. I used to be able to do it in about 2 minutes. It's going to take like 5 this time. It happens. You know, just you're out of your prime. Somebody who's coming into his prime is Marcus Harper. I really do think he might end up being one of the better interviews on the team. Now, as a position group, offensive linemen, for whatever reason, tend to be just fun, good interviews. Marcus Harper may very well be that. He talked with the media for 9 minutes after practice yesterday. Here's the Duck offensive lineman, Marcus Harper.
How's everybody doing?
Good, Marcus. How are you?
Good.
What are your early impressions of Malik Terry so far?
Man, it's glad to have Coach Terry back. You know, he was a GA obviously a couple years ago when I first got in, and so it's just great to have him back in his room. It was great to see him go on and do great things at Hawaii and then again at the league. You know, I just love to have 5-5 back in the room. So that's all I love with me and Coach Terry.
Is he going back to the techniques that Mirabal and Cristobal were doing versus what Clement was doing? I'm not saying better or worse.
Yeah.
Everybody can succeed doing whichever, but are you guys going back to what you were doing, or are you sticking with what Clement was doing?
Yeah, it's a mixture of both. You know, obviously he's been to the next level, so he knows. You know, he's seen different techniques. Obviously, I think it's not more so. It's just Coach Terry's technique. You know what I'm saying? He's mixing a little bit of Coach Clem, and he's mixing a little bit of Coach Mirabal's in there. And he's also trying to figure out like who likes what. You know what I'm saying? A bigger center like Jackson, JPJ, might like a certain technique versus me. You know, so kind of the growing pains right now. But you know, that's what spring ball is for. So
we've seen you taking center snaps before. Obviously, that's where your working looks like. So you feel like what is your perspective in terms of competing for that job and being in the mix at center now?
Yeah, no, center is a lot harder than people think. You know, I played, like you said, I played center a couple times last year or whatever, just in practice from here and there, and over my time being out. But yeah, I mean, it's a different feel. You know, you're kind of like you're the quarterback, you're the second quarterback of the offense. The O-line kind of runs through you. You kind of got to know everything ins and outs. And you also got to assert your dominance while also getting the ball to the quarterback consistently. So that's kind of been my biggest, growing pain right now, but I'm going to get to it. So.
How much does the familiarity with Coach Terry help you schematically getting you back into this?
Yeah. I mean, football is football. it wasn't a matter of Coach Terry coming back and everything like that. That, helped. And it did help to an extent. But like you said, football is football. So if you know football, it doesn't matter if it was God himself that came down and coached O-line. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was going to, learn the same thing and everything like that. But it's good to have a familiar face back in the O-line room because that does put some, I guess, nerves and ease. You know, it calms everybody down. So.
Landon was saying a couple weeks ago that he was really impressed by what Josh Connolly's done so far in the leap he's made. What have you seen from him so far this spring?
Yeah, body comp for real. You know, you come in as a freshman like he did and just so young, you just get thrown into the fire. He's really sat down and kind of learned his playbook, honed in on his technique a lot more. And then also, too, he's changed his body in the weight room, increased and put some more body weight on him. I think he's up to like 300 if I'm not mistaken, so low threes. And just taking it seriously. I think last year, him getting a couple reps in, he kind of knows a little bit of the feel of the game. And he also saw vets, Alex, Walk, you know, everybody across that old offensive line, you know, how they perform day in and day out. So he's got to see that first person, and now he's taking the next step to being like, hey, you know, even though he is, you know, young or whatever, he's realizing like, hey, like, okay, this is how they did it, and, you know, the results that they got. Let me take that and put that in my toolbox and let me go, you know, do what he do. So he's done a tremendous job of that in his offseason and in the spring.
Have you been getting the majority of your reps at center this spring, or you've kind of been bouncing around equally?
Bouncing around equally, yeah.
How have you seen some of the new guys, I mean, Johnny and Junior, get acclimated to this new offense?
Yeah, like you say, football's football. They've gotten acclimated to it. You know, still some growing pains. Yeah, obviously with a new offensive line and just us trying to get chemistry. You know, a lot of continuity. Like that old line was there for 3 years, I believe. So it's a new line, it's a new face, and everything like that. So we just got to get used to it. But they're all doing good. And even some of the young guys, Pancho, that's his nickname in the O-line room. But Punch, he's doing good for being such a freshman, getting thrown in, and he's doing the same thing, bouncing back between center and guard, and he's doing a tremendous job. So shout out to Pancho.
How much do you think that versatility will help you guys during the season, being able to switch around?
Yeah, I mean, versatility is the name of the game. You know, it not only helps you in season, it just helps us as offensive line knowing that, hey, you know, God forbid somebody goes down, we know we got this person that can dominate, where they can insert them in and, you know, not lose a step behind. So I think that's very much key, and that just puts a lot of us at mind in the O-line room. And I'm pretty sure it affirms the coaches that, okay, if somebody goes down, like we can have that same level of dominance and not drop off by putting X person in there or Y person in there. So
going back to it just being the second year of experience, it's going to help. You know, you take it a little bit more seriously. Have you felt that just from the team in general, with it being the second year under Coach Lanning?
Yeah, there's a lot of players that return on this offense and this defense. You know, so like that first year, you know, growing pains, you're trying to fill out a new coach and everything like that. Now we know the standard. We know, you know, the areas in which we fell late last year, and we know we can't let those slide. So everybody around this coaching staff is coaching, and these players, you know, Bo, me, Troy, T-Ferd, Bucky, Dorless, everybody, you know, the whole nine. Everybody knows what the standard takes to get to those points, and we got to make that jump from being good to great. And so that's kind of the emphasis of this spring, being from good to great. So.
Well, I was thinking at the January where, like, all right, after the bowl game, you guys get back. You know, whether it's a guard or center, you know your position to be in a starting capacity this season. All right, you know what Alex was doing in terms of meeting with Bo. What was your first meeting with Bo this offseason? When did it happen? How much time have you been spending with him, like Alex was, to just be on that page? Only two guys touch the ball every play.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those deals where I feel like for me, I just had to let the guys around me know. I had to get the comfortability and assurance from the guys around me that, hey, like, you know, like, I was going to take that role into being a leader. I really had to show them that I was going to do that before, you know, I stepped in with Bo. Then when I kind of did that, then me and Bo started talking, and we were like, hey, you know, this, that, and the fourth. We just started talking schematics and everything like that, where he preferred me as and everything like that. So, I mean, it kind of it happened, you know, but it's one of those things like we just kind of just kept going and everything like that. It wasn't like a sit down like, hey, like, you know, like a serious meeting, but, you know, it kind of just happened and we kept going.
Alex was doing things that no other center in the country is doing.
Yeah.
Like calling audibles. Literally nobody. The Remington didn't do it. All right. So it's unrealistic to ask anybody to do that.
Right.
In your own mind, how much of a gap do you think exists between where you are right now as you take into that role versus where Alex was outside of the play calling part?
Yeah, I mean, Forsyth, I was under Forsyth's wing for, 3 years and everything like that, and I still talk to him, you know, as much as I can, you know. It's just all about reps and just watching film, you know. That's the one thing that man did. That man for sure worked. So, I mean, I put in work. So, you know, stuff will happen, you know. I don't want people to, you know, make it seem like, oh, you know, Forsyth's gone, this offensive line is going to deteriorate, you know, just because he's not there. But yeah, no, I got some areas to improve in, and so does everybody in his offensive line, his whole team. Everybody got areas to improve in, so that's what I'm gonna focus on entire this spring and fall camp, and we're gonna see what happens after the season.
I know it's early, but what are your impressions of Mike Cavanaugh and kind of how he works with Malik Terry? What's that kind of dynamic like?
Yeah, no, it brings a lot of wisdom to the table. 40 plus years in the game. Actually, I did not know this. He coached Coach Clem back in college, and that was just so surreal. But I didn't know. He's got skin in the game. So he brings a lot of wisdom. He's seen players all up and down the depth charts or whatever. He's seen guys all different sizes. So he's just a great wisdom in the back pocket, good insurance policy, just to know like, hey, we got another set of extra eyes in there that works well, meshes well with Coach Terry. So it's great to have him in that room.
George Silva, also one of the guys who arrived, and see him work with you guys on the first team. I know he's big dude out of the junior college ranks. Just other than his sheer size, you're all big.
Yeah.
What has he brought so far to the room?
Yeah, no, George's a goofball. I don't care what nobody says. George is goofy. He's funny. He just brings that versatility. Good God, he brings that versatility to the room. He plays tackling and everything like that. We just got to get him locked in on his technique and every fundamentals and mastering those, and then he'll be a force to be reckoned with over the duration of the season. So.
Last year, you guys were in the college football playoff conversation for a good majority of the season. Some loud cars. Sorry, my question is coming. But what do you feel like you need to do to get to a point this spring by the spring game where you guys are feeling confident that you can be right back in that conversation heading into fall camp?
Yeah. Like I said, we got to take that jump from being good to great. Too many times, throughout the duration of the year, I feel like we hit a lull. We just kind of got a little bit too comfortable in certain areas, and that showed. The end of the Washington game and then the end of the Oregon State game. It showed. So I think we as an offensive line, as an offense, as a defense, as a team, the whole coaching staff, we just can't, get complacent, because in that complacency, all it takes is just that however many minutes is left on that clock in Washington State game, and then the whole entire second half of Oregon State. So we just can't get complacent. And I think once we can't get complacent and we make that leap from being a good team to being a great team, you'll see us in the college football playoffs. So.
Love that.
Because we got all the talent in the world. It's just we got to be consistent with it day in and day out. So.
Love that. Love that. Love that. Right. Great job by Marcus Harper. He also joined Rob. If you didn't notice, Marcus was on the Quack Minute, and it was awesome. So what we're going to do with the Quack Minute all year is whenever we've got a student athlete that wants to do it with me and Rob, we are going to do a Quack Minute with a student athlete. Because let's be honest, nobody cares what me and Rob think. Y'all want to hear from the coaches and student athletes. That's our job, right? Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And Marcus was great on the Quack Minute. Scott agrees, right? Scott shot it. I was talking to Mark Wazakowski during that Quack Minute, and it was phenomenal. Great job, Marcus Harper. Look, it's going to be a new look along the offensive line. And I'll be honest, I ask people all the time heading into spring camp. I ask this to Jerry. I ask it to Georgie. I ask it to Rob. I ask it to everybody who's around practice. Where are your eyes going to go day one? And my eyes, truthfully, were on the O-line. I wanted to see what Malik Terry would do now as the coach at that position, not just like the GA at that position making his return to Oregon. I wanted to see what that looked like. It was cool to see Coach Terry back. And I also wanted to see what the rotation was. I'll be honest. I do want to see how the offensive line fits together. I don't know how it's going to fit together. We'll see. When we come back, Troy Franklin. I think you know where he's going to play on the field. Tends to make pretty outstanding catches. It's nice when you got your quarterback back, too, when you're a wide receiver, huh? Troy Franklin talking with the media next on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Hey Duck fans, we're all about protecting our home turf here in Eugene. You should do the same for your home with Country Financial Insurance. Most home insurance doesn't account for inflation, but with Country Financial, yours can. If something happens to your home, make sure you can rebuild the same house in the same place. Call a local representative or 866-COUNTRY and get a solid defense for your home. Home insurance policies issued by Country Mutual Insurance Company, Country Casualty Insurance Company, or Country Preferred Insurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Property must meet age and condition requirements, which vary by state.
Duck Insider, your home for the latest news on Oregon athletics on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Farming is dangerous. There's dangers all around us.
We go through safety training and try and do these things to make sure accidents don't happen.
You don't want to hit a gas pipe because that's your life. The other part of it is if you hit certain things, you're liable for it.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
We're back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Hey, reminder for those of you that have not gotten a chance. I understand there's still some left. The Oregon football 2022 season trading cards, they're only available at your local Jackson's food stores around mostly Portland and Eugene, Oregon. I got a lot of questions about, like, can we ship these to places? And I said, well, maybe someday, but they got to sell well here first, and then we can ship them out. I think Scott completed the set. You did? Yeah. Scott's like our resident comic book guy and trading card guy. He's the reason – I don't want to get up. It's too much work. But he's the reason that I have a stack of Pro Duck trading cards on the desk that I realize now you can't see. They're behind the cool Nike shoebox over there. Scott will get them. Just don't knock the stuff over. Thank you. Look at that. Like Dylan Brooks. Cool. Yeah. Troy Brown Jr. Like, you know, Scott. These are all Scott's. If I, never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Yeah, great stuff. One comment: my wife is still mad at me for buying so many. That's a good thing. Thanks for the support. It's an NIL initiative across Oregon athletics, and yeah, it's funny. Like, I feel like the trading card industry has really like gone up and down in my lifetime. Like, it's amazing how it reflects. I was gonna say reflects the economy, but isn't the economy down right now, and the market for these things is like skyrocketing? I don't know. The people can figure that out that are a lot smarter than me. I was about to say like Scott, but I would never live that down if I said that out loud. The point is, the trading cards have been a really cool venture, and I hope that we're able to keep doing them. I know the guys really liked them. The team thought that they were pretty darn cool. I mean, who doesn't? You get your own trading card? Like, that was the coolest thing ever when you were a kid. Like, when you were in Little League and they, like, made the trading cards that were you when you were, like, 10? Oh, it's the best. Meanwhile, Troy Franklin, he's on a trading card. The Oregon wide receiver, he met with the media, and I think you can expect some big things from Troy Franklin. His thoughts on spring practice so far.
How much easier is it to kind of get in a rhythm and just knowing each other a little bit more?
I think it's, obviously a little more easier, because you already know, we kind of have like a connection already built in, But, yeah, it's pretty fun having my second year with Bo out there, we just have way more confidence.
You see him express the command of the offense more this year? Dan was talking about, last year he kind of had to earn the respect of everybody. Now he's kind of gotten it.
Yeah, most definitely. We all know him. We had a pretty good year with him last year. We like him. So yeah, he's out there doing what he needs to do for us, and we listen to him. He's our guy. So
where's the improvement for him? Where does he need to get better for next year? You guys always talk about everyone needs to get better. Where does Bo need to get better for next year?
Bo just needs to be more like, just keep doing what he's doing, stay consistent at what he's doing. And obviously he has probably his own little things he wants to work on and stuff. I don't know that, but yeah, I think he's doing good though. He's in a good spot.
What's the difference like in camp knowing that he's the guy? Because last year you had all the uncertainty with who was going to be quarterback. Now you know who your guy's going to be. What kind of stability does that bring to you guys through spring camp?
I just think we just it just gives us the the feel or the idea of we know who our guy is and we know who we have to just believe in and put all our trust into, so yeah.
What's been your early impressions of the Will Stein offense? Is it much different than what you guys previously were running?
Yeah, I would say it's a little different for sure, but I like it so far.
What's the differences?
I was just the strength has changed a little bit. Yeah.
What are you looking to improve most this offseason in your own game?
Probably just staying consistent in everything, not trying to, just do too much, but just do what I need to do my job, obviously get better at the little things, just put on some more weight. And that's pretty much it for me, though. I just want to stay consistent at what I'm doing,
We talked about Bo, but what have you seen from Ty this offseason? You obviously have seen him. I think you guys were in the same class compared. How have you seen him grow since he came to Eugene?
I've seen him grow a lot. I think his confidence really, really rose up there. You can just see out there that he's more just confident, and he's just out there directing guys on what to do and things like that. So yeah, he has his own group and stuff. So he's running things. So yeah.
What's Tez Johnson bring to the table?
Speed. Man, that guy is fast. Yeah. So Tez brings a lot to the table.
You guys don't have a ton of numbers in the receiver room right now. What kind of an opportunity is that then for you and for some of those new faces too to just get a bunch of reps right now?
Yeah, just more reps, more opportunity for everybody to get out there and go show what they can do. Most definitely.
Are you seeing that?
Am I seeing that? Yeah. Most definitely. Young guys are definitely getting out there right now, getting reps with us and stuff. So, yeah, they're working.
What are the interactions like with you guys and Will? What kind of coach is he out there with you guys?
I would say Will's a guy. He's pretty chill. He's out there. He's just telling us what to do. He's not like Dilly. Where Dilly was a guy that's kind of energized, running around. He smiles and stuff, but he's just more a guy. Dot his I's, cross his T's, get the job done type thing, so yeah.
What are your early impressions of Austin Novosad so far?
I like Austin, young guy, came in, I think, he obviously has a little more to improve on, he just got here, he's learning the system and all that, but I can see some, potential for sure, most definitely.
What are some things that you work on in the spring that you feel like really have helped pay off during the season?
Probably just really my releases, speed, obviously eating, yeah, and yeah, those three.
A year ago, Kyler Casper was super young coming in here. How have you seen him grow over his time coming in here?
I think he just knows his role is going to, he's going to have a little more of a role this year, so he's definitely locking in and just, just trying to get right, knowing that he can possibly get more opportunities. So, yeah.
Is he one of the guys that you've taken under your wing in the leadership role at all? Or
yeah, most definitely. He's in my group, so, just whenever guys need help or anything like that, I'm trying to, just teach them the stuff or whatever they need help with.
What's it been like getting to know Trayshawn Holden and getting to work alongside him?
It's been pretty cool, another receiver coming in that's going to help the team, good guy, I like him a lot. So, yeah, it's been pretty cool working with him and just getting to know him and all that.
Troy, how does your role, if at all, change, either routes or variants in Will Stein's offense compared to what you're doing with Kenny?
I'm not really sure yet, but I'm pretty sure we'll see soon, most definitely. But I think my production will still, be up there.
When you're coming on.
Troy Franklin, all of his comments with the media. Scott Phillips, videographer on that interview. Well done, Scott. When we come back, the full weekend schedule, a lot going on around Oregon athletics. And Mother Nature, if you could cooperate, we'd sure appreciate it on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
At Shadow Hills Country Club, our all-inclusive event pricing allows us to take care of all of the details while you enjoy your event. Our wedding garden, expansive grounds, ballroom, and meeting rooms can accommodate any size event and come complete with full catering and service staff. From weddings to business and social events, Shadow Hills offers the benefits of a resort atmosphere and the peace of a country setting just minutes from downtown Eugene. For more details, call us today or go to shadowhillsevents.com.
From the weight room to the classroom, on the field and off it, On Point proudly supports University of Oregon athletics because student athletes do so much more than bring us pride on game day. They bring our entire community together in Eugene and all across Oregon. So whether you're watching the game in the stadium, at home, or at your favorite local business, their success makes all of us stronger. On Point Community Credit Union, onpointcu.com. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Opportunity.
This is Duck Insider. Duck Insider on the Oregon Sports Network from Learfield.
Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic, safe, effective, even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. They can spell risk if taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, harm if accidentally taken by a child or pet, or overdose if they're not used as directed. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. You may find these in your community at local pharmacies or police stations. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Back on Duck Insider, presented by On Point Community Credit Union. Joey Mack here with you in the Country Financial Studio. Oregon volleyball, beach volleyball going on in their tournament today. Keep up to date on that. Zach Lawson, GoDucks.com will have you covered. Oregon women's tennis is in action for a matchup with Stanford. Going to be at the Student Tennis Center. They're just getting rolling if you're live with us in the 1 o'clock hour. Men's tennis is on the road in Arizona. You can watch it on the Arizona live stream. And then acrobatics and tumbling tonight. This is a big one. Azusa Pacific. Oregon and Azusa Pacific have been kind of the perennial top 3, top 4 teams in acrobatics and tumbling, along with Baylor and Gannon of late. This is big for Taylor Susnara's squad. 6 o'clock, Matthew Knight Arena. Hope to see you there. Knight's going to be on the call, right? Knight will be on the call as well on the Oregon live stream. Oregon softball against Lindenwood, 6 o'clock tonight. Oregon baseball, 7 o'clock tonight at PK Park. It's the beginning of the rivalry series. After last night, it was postponed until Sunday. So if you're just joining us, Friday, tonight, 7 o'clock. Saturday, 3 o'clock for Duck baseball. And then on Sunday at noon. University of Oregon women's lacrosse is also in action this weekend. A 1 o'clock start time for Chelsea Hoffman's squad against UC Davis. Ducks got that heartbreaker against Colorado. Felt like that was potentially the breakthrough moment for this season. It could now come against UC Davis, and you hope that they get that breakthrough moment for sure. Track and field's on the road. A couple different events going on. One in Berkeley, one in La Jolla. So get to go to the Bay Area and get to go to San Diego. Not too bad for Oregon track and field. Updates on that coming up throughout the weekend. Both tennis teams are also in action on Easter Sunday, and now Oregon baseball with that additional game on Easter Sunday at noon. This weekend as well, should have mentioned earlier, spring practice. It continues. We'll have some interviews for you on the Go Ducks YouTube channel on Saturday and also on Duck Insider on Monday. That's a week. Good job, Ryan, directing. Have a good call tonight. Ryan Milano will have it. Oh, it's Ducks and Beavs. I'm so ready for this. See you tonight at PK.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy,